finally, let's talk about Hillary Clinton. She's clearly still not over her loss in 2016. This week, a video was released. It's a hilarious video was released of her reading the speech that she would have given had she won. I mean, what is going on here? I mean, she just has this sense of entitlement, doesn't she?
I mean, she was nearly crying in the video. I think she might have actually been crying.
She squeezed out a few tears, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is really interesting, in the whole context that society have been having about some of the things going on in America, with the way in which the Republicans are in this hole because Trump is insisting that the election was rigged. And I think that is obviously completely ridiculous and should be strongly condemned. But I think that the seeds for that whole thing has been sown even much before that. I mean, even Hillary Clinton, when she lost the election in 2016, she instantly was saying that it was likely to do with kind of Russian meddling. Then they spent 4 years trying to prove that 2016 was to do with, a Russia hoax and all things like that. There is this growing desire to actually cast out on an election and say that you're entitled to have a particular position, running society rather than making the case, winning the argument democratically. And that's your justification for being in that position, not because you're entitled to be there.
Yeah. Ella.
But also the fact that this was she was doing a masterclass, which is this series that, you get celebrities or people with talents, like a chef or a photographer or, an actor or something that teaches you what they can give a masterclass in. And the fact that she was giving a masterclass in her leadership skills. You just think, hang on a minute, as someone who categorically lost one of the most high-profile elections of the 21st century, you have some gall getting up here and saying that you have some wisdom to impart here. It really quite perfectly encapsulates exactly why she lost, because she is the establishment figure that oozes the self-entitlement, that kind of, don't you know who I am? I was my birthright. In fact, in that video, she's crying and she says, I was supposed to tell my mother that her little girl would grow up to be the president. So, well, sorry, you didn't, because that pesky lot, the population of voting public, got in your way. And, I think you make a really key point, which is that the idea that everything that's wrong with America at the moment, and there's a lot wrong with America at the moment, happened because the big blonde fool Donald Trump came in and screwed everything up and everything was perfect beforehand, is a complete mismatch from reality. Hillary Clinton should know by now that the reason she lost wasn't because Donald Trump was such a superstar, but because she was riding on the back of a serious amount of discontent with what the Clintons represented in terms of a corrupt establishment within America. And so, this is what the establishment does. They are completely blind to their own failures. I mean, what was she going to do? Go away and say, okay, I'll just be quiet on my farm somewhere and, me and Bill will have tea for the rest of our life. No, she's going to try and capitalize off her celebrity, and we should not take her seriously.
Yeah, and I think it also just demonstrates that 5 years down the line, not much has been learned from many, either her supporters or many people like her. And I think that many of the things, as you rightfully mentioned, that sowed the seeds for Donald Trump's rise in 2016 seem to still be there, if not much worse. And I think that America deserves much better. American people deserve much better than this entitled elite that think they're kind of born to rule and don't need to make the democratic case. And whatever madness the Republicans are going through right now, I think the American people deserve much more.